So, the movie begins with our main character, Connie Kaminsky. She's not your typical housewife. In fact, she used to be a 3-time Olympic race walker. Yeah, race walking is a real thing. But now? She's stuck in a sad routine in Phoenix, Arizona, with a husband who barely talks to her unless it's to criticize her spending. His name is Rick, and he works for the IRS. The guy is more emotionally unavailable than an unplugged toaster. Connie and Rick have been through a lot. They couldn't have kids, spent a ton of money on fertility treatments, and when she finally got pregnant, she lost the baby. That hit her hard. After that, Rick basically checked out. He took a job that keeps him away 3 weeks every month, which is fine by Connie. Less awkward dinners. To cope, Connie turns to couponing. Not just casually, she's hardcore. Like, room full of products kind of hardcore. She calls it, watching the pennies so the dollars take care of themselves. It's her way of feeling in control again. But deep down, she knows she's just trying to fill a void. One day, she eats a bowl of cereal that tastes like cardboard. She's had enough. Fueled by her frustration, she writes an angry email to the company. A few days later, bam, a shiny coupon for a free box of cereal arrives in the mail. That's when a little light bulb goes off in Connie's head. Now enter JoJo Johnson, Connie's neighbor, best friend, and partner in what's about to become the coupon crime of the century. JoJo's a hustler, plain and simple. She's got big dreams, a YouTube channel about saving money, and enough optimism to power a small city. But things haven't been going well for her. See, a while back, JoJo's identity got stolen. Ever since then, no company wants to hire her. So now she's stuck living with her mom, Josie, who's all attitude and side eyes. JoJo spends her days trying to sell makeup door to door, recording coupon tip videos for a tiny online audience, and low-key flirting with the local mailman, Earl. Connie and JoJo bond over their shared love of savings and their shared frustration with how stuck they feel in life. One afternoon, Connie shows JoJo that coupon she got for the free cereal, and JoJo's eyes light up. Not because she wants the cereal, because she sees something bigger. Wait, you just complained and they sent you that? She asks. Connie nods. So JoJo says, what if we did that with like every company? And that's exactly what they do. They start firing off complaint emails left and right. Dear toothpaste company. My toothpaste tasted weird. Boom, free coupons. It works. It works so well, in fact, that soon they have a giant pile of high-value coupons. Not 10% off junk like free item up to $25 type coupons. JoJo jokes, you could sell these. And that's when Connie stops. Because, yes, she could. That's when the what if turns into how. Connie's not the kind of person to let a good idea go. She starts digging deeper, doing research like a coupon detective. That's when she finds something interesting. Most major manufacturers print their coupons at a factory in Chihuahua, Mexico. Now, that would stop a lot of people, right? Not Connie. Not JoJo. They look at each other like, are we really about to cross the border to check out a coupon factory? The answer, heck yes. Next thing you know, they're in Mexico. No plan, no translator, just a dream and some guts. Outside the printing plant, they scope out the employees leaving for the day. That's when they meet Alejandro and Rosa, a sweet couple who work inside the factory. Alejandro handles printing, Rosa works in the redemption department. They're not living the high life, barely scraping by, and Rosa's pregnant. So Connie and JoJo pitch them this wild idea. Instead of throwing out the extra coupons, what if you send them to us? We'll sell them in the US, split the profits with you. Easy money, no risk. Well, not exactly no risk, but desperate people do desperate things. Alejandro is hesitant. This is his job, after all. But Rosa, looking down at her baby bump, says, let's do it. Just like that, the coupon pipeline is born. Now Connie and JoJo set up a website, real low-key, nothing flashy, and start listing these high-value coupons for sale. Customers think they're getting a sweet deal. A coupon for diapers worth $20? Only $10. Everyone wins, right? Wrong. Because while they're raking in cash, someone out there is starting to notice. While Connie and JoJo are out here living their coupon queen fantasy, somewhere else, a guy named Ken Miller is having a very different kind of day. Ken is a loss prevention officer. Think mall cop, but way more serious and way less fun. He works at a supermarket chain called A&G Family Marts, and this man takes coupons more seriously than anyone in human history. Ken is stiff, by the book, and probably allergic to smiling. He notices something's off when stores start reporting a huge spike in coupon use, especially coupons for big-ticket items. He investigates one of them himself and quickly realizes these things are fake. The problem? No one else seems to care. The store managers want to keep the customers happy. Even corporate doesn't think it's a big deal. But Ken? He smells a conspiracy. So he calls in the one federal agent he thinks will take this seriously, Simon Kilmoy, a U.S. postal inspector. Now Simon is calm, collected, and way more professional than Ken. At first, he's like, you brought me out here for coupon fraud? But then he sees the numbers. These coupons aren't costing stores hundreds. It's millions. That's real money, and real money means real crime. Meanwhile, Back with Connie and JoJo, the cash is flowing. They've made over $1 million. They're buying luxury cars, designer clothes, even a speedboat. Connie says it's for business reasons, but let's be honest. They're living it up. The only problem? Too much success brings attention. Their PayPal account gets flagged. Suddenly, they can't move their money, and they start to panic. That's when JoJo calls in someone from her past, a hacker who once ruined her life, but who might now be their only hope. So JoJo reaches out to the one person she thought she'd never talk to again, Tina, the infamous hacker who once stole JoJo's identity and ruined her credit. But desperate times call for dangerous phone calls. Tina is brilliant, blunt, and terrifying in the most useful way possible. When Connie and JoJo show her how much money they've made and how they've been operating, she practically has a heart attack. "You guys are leaving a digital trail the size of the Grand Canyon," she says. "You might as well hand-deliver the FBI a map." She agrees to help, but for 10% of all profits. Deal. Tina sets them up with encrypted devices, fake IDs, and a full money laundering plan. The key? Use JoJo's struggling cosmetics company as a front. That way, they can claim the money came from makeup sales, not fake coupons. It's genius, and it works. For now. But Tina warns them, don't spend a dime for 6 months. Lay low. Let things cool off. Of course, they don't listen. 6 months pass, and Connie's itching to spend. She wants a baby more than anything, and she's convinced now's the time to try again, this time using a sperm donor, not Rick. JoJo wants to pay off her mom's mortgage. So they pull the trigger. Cue an epic shopping spree montage. They buy sports cars, a private plane, jewelry, expensive furniture. Connie even buys guns because why not? They tell themselves it's an investment, a way to clean the money. But Tina finds out and flips. "You already had clean money," she screams. "Now you've got to sell all that stuff and redeposit it slowly, or you'll set off every alarm in the banking system." They've poked the bear, and it's starting to wake up. While Connie and JoJo are busy living large and trying to reverse their mistakes, remember Ken, the coupon cop who no one took seriously? Well, he's still obsessed with cracking the case. He's been calling the FBI nonstop, leaving voicemails, trying to get someone, anyone, to care. And finally, he gets a call back. Simon Kilme, the postal inspector, is back on board. He's been quietly digging and now he's got enough to move. He asks Ken to order coupons from the mystery website. A few days later, a package arrives. And right away, Simon notices something strange. The return address says Kansas, but the postal code shows it was actually mailed from Arizona. That's all Simon needs to jump on a plane to Phoenix. He brings Ken with him, and together they start hitting local stores, interviewing cashiers, and asking about customers who use a lot of coupons. Back at home, Connie decides it's time. She schedules an appointment at the fertility clinic and drags JoJo along for support. She hasn't even told Rick she's doing this, especially not that she's using a donor instead of a sample. The doctor warns her this is her last shot, and Connie nods. She's all in. Meanwhile, Ken and Simon land a big break. A cashier named Greg remembers a blonde woman who used tons of coupons and always said, "Watch the pennies, the dollars take care of themselves." That's Connie's signature line. Ken lights up. It is in the coupon website. They're close. Next stop, the local post office. No one recognizes Connie, but when they mention JoJo's YouTube videos, someone mentions Earl, the friendly mailman who watches her all the time. And just like that, our coupon queens are officially on law enforcement's radar. Earl, bless his heart, has no idea he's being tailed. Ken and Simon start watching him, and soon enough, he unknowingly leads them right to JoJo's house. They set up outside, taking notes, watching comings and goings. One night, JoJo comes home in a great mood. She just made a huge sale and decides to dance in her driveway. No big deal to her, but to the guys in the car? It's confirmation. That's the woman from the YouTube videos. Next morning, JoJo's arguing with her mom and doesn't even check the mail. Among the bills is a secret note from Earl, warning her they're being watched. But she misses it completely. She drives straight to the stash house, and Ken and Simon follow her. There, they spot Connie too. Everything clicks. They now know both women's faces, locations, and likely involvement. They call in backup, and soon, postal inspectors are prepping for a full raid. But Connie and JoJo are too busy scrambling. They're trying to sell off everything they bought. Cars, guns, furniture, all of it. They even try selling their weapons stash to a local gun club. JoJo works her sales magic and makes the deal, but it's not fast enough. Meanwhile, Tina is furious when she finds out about all the purchases. "You two don't listen," she yells. "Now sell everything and move the cash, slowly." But it's too late for slow. The walls are closing in. That night, JoJo finally finds Earl's letter. Her face drops. She knows they've been caught. She wants to run, but flashing lights appear outside. Postal inspectors swarm the house. Connie, JoJo, and even JoJo's mom Josie are arrested. The coupon empire just collapsed like a house of very expensive cards. So now Connie and JoJo are sitting in separate interrogation rooms, and reality is setting in fast. The feds are all over their homes, their stash house, even their computers. Everything they've worked for is laid bare. Josie, Jojo's mom, throws her hands up immediately. I didn't know anything, she says, and honestly, she didn't. Same with Rick, Connie's husband. He acts all righteous when he visits Connie in jail, saying he had no idea. Instead of helping her out, he lectures her. She's had enough. Connie calmly tells him she wants a divorce. Jojo tries to play innocent. I don't know anything about fake coupons, she says with a straight face. But that doesn't fly. Because investigators found her YouTube videos saved right on her hard drive. Game over. Connie, on the other hand, owns it. She admits everything. The plan, the Mexico connection, the coupon sales. When they threaten Jojo with a possible 40-year sentence, Connie steps up. It was my idea, she says. Give her a break. She takes the fall, hoping her best friend will get a lighter sentence. It works. Jojo gets released on bail. She thinks Josie bailed her out, but it was actually Earl. He's standing outside the jail with a bouquet of flowers and a hopeful smile. Despite everything, he still believes in her. Connie isn't so lucky. Rick won't pay her bail. She's stuck inside, but she doesn't break down. She holds her head high. The dream may have exploded, but she finally feels like she stood up for something, even if it wasn't exactly legal. Meanwhile, investigators try tracing the source back to Mexico, to Alejandro and Rosa. But by the time they look, the couple has vanished. But Connie hires a top-notch lawyer. The kind of guy who wears expensive suits and knows exactly how to twist a story. And twist it he does. In court, he argues that Connie and Jojo didn't commit fraud. They exploited a loophole. Just like corporations do every single day. He paints them as underdogs. Women who were overlooked, underestimated, and pushed aside by a system that only pays attention when money is on the line. Shockingly, it works. The judge agrees to go easy. Jojo gets 10 days in jail and 1 year of probation. Connie gets 11 months, with parole eligibility after just 8. The big corporations involved don't push back too hard. They're more concerned about the bad PR than the money. After all, what's $80 million to a billion-dollar company? Pocket change. Ken and Simon, the two investigators who work their butts off to bring them down, are stunned. All that effort, and the women basically walk. Simon tells Ken he did good work. As for Jojo, she finally gets to live a little. She and Earl pack up and move to Montenegro, a country with no extradition treaty with the U.S. perfect for someone with creative business ideas. She even starts a new beauty brand, but we all know what she's really planning. And Connie? Well, her journey isn't over just yet. So what happens to Connie? After all the chaos, after losing her marriage, her house, and nearly her freedom, she finds peace in the one thing she always wanted, motherhood. Even every morning she walks the yard with a proud little bump under her prison uniform. Please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you will never miss any videos.